This is Kilo, and a question that I receive fairly often is which lubricant do I recommend for cleaning a lock or lubricating a lock or a door hinge? And many of you who are new to lock sport or locksmithing may have been told never to use WD-40, but that's really all you're ever told. You're never really told why you shouldn't use it. They just kind of say, don't touch that, use Houdini, use LPS1, use Triflow, but they never really explain. So I'm just going to kind of explain it in this video. So WD-40 is not considered a true lubricant. It's really used most commonly, to put it in layman's terms, to prevent rust and to deal with rusty bolts and rusty parts. Mechanics use WD-40 a lot when they come across a rusty bolt and they go to, break the bolt. WD-40 comes in handy, but it's more of a solvent than a lubricant. And some of those properties in, it being a solvent kind of act like a lubricant. So it can make people think that it is. Some common uses for WD-40, people use it to spray down their shovel when they're digging, as it allows the shovel to slide in, to the dirt or the soil or whatever very smoothly. Another use for it is to scrape gum off of the sidewalk or to get gum off of your shirt or your clothes. You could use it to spray onto crayon to, in case your kid might have drawn all over the wall, you can spray it and use it to remove crayon. There are a lot of cool uses for it, and because it's so slick and it kind of acts like a lubricant, people have kind of come to just call it a lubricant. But the problem is that because it's a water displacing spray, when you spray it into your lock, it basically removes all water and oil, so it leaves it completely dry. So in another instance, if a locksmith previously installed your lock set and sprayed and cleaned it with Houdini, for instance, and you go ahead and use WD-40 on it, it's going to remove the existing lubricant that was in it. And basically it just dries it out, and that causes the lock to attract all types of pocket lint, debris, dust, anything that might be on the key. When you pull it out of your pocket and you put it into the lock, it's going to stick like a magnet. Over time, all of that debris forms kind of like a goo and a gunk, and it can gum up the lock. It can get between the pins and the chambers and prevent you from lifting the pins, or it can prevent the pins from falling back down like they're supposed to, and it can just really cause a problem. A lot of times, maybe as a kid, your parents might have said, hey, go grab the WD-40 for that squeaky door hinge, and you sprayed it, and then like 2 months later, they're like, hey, it's doing it again, go grab the WD-40. It's going to continue doing it because all you're kind of doing is displacing the problem, and for a short time, it acts like a lubricant, but eventually, once it fully dries, that problem comes right back because it just starts to collect more and more debris. So you don't want to use WD-40. And something I will point out on the back of these cans, the reason people use it is because it shows you a picture here of door hinges. And it, kind of leads someone to believe that you could just use this on your locks and your door hinges. And I hate that they write that on their can. They really should not. This causes more and more problems where you could solve it by using a true lubricant like Houdini, for instance. So that is the main reason between it. There are other true lubricants you can buy, such as not just Houdini, but you can buy LPS1. Triflow is another popular lubricant used in lock shops. You can find Triflow if you can't find it in a hardware store or your local Walmart. I don't know if they sell it at Walmart. I haven't really checked, to be honest. But I know that I have seen Triflow sold in gun shops. So you can go into your local gun store and they normally sell it. Sometimes they just have these small cans, but it's usually a black and orange can. It'll say Triflow. And that's a popular lubricant as well among locksmiths and the lock sport community. And you really want to use that when it comes to door hinges and locks, as if we turn this to the side, you can kind of see all of the, reasons here. A true lubricant penetrates and cleans, just like WD-40 claims. It protects it against gumming up, which WD-40 doesn't. There's no Teflon or silicone or grease or oil like WD-40. There's no gum up, like I had just explained. It's anti-rust, just like WD-40 claims, and there will be no corrosion. So you want to use this, and just to point out this no graphite. So there is another lubricant out there that they sell, and some people even will recommend this. Some locksmiths use it. It's a graphite powder, and I don't like it mostly because it's messy. It's just really messy. Imagine if you like broke open a pencil, took out the lead, crunched up the lead into a fine powder, and then try to spray it into the lock, into the keyway through this little hose. I mean, it's just like the worst possible outcome. It just goes everywhere. And it can stain clothes, it can stain carpet, it can stain the door, especially if it's like a white door. You really want to be very careful when using graphite powder. Mostly because it's just the messiest type of lubricant solution. So I really don't recommend it for that. Also, when you go to, or your locksmith goes to spray like a normal lubricant like Houdini, you'll kind of watch all of that graphite powder come pouring out of your lock. And it's really messy again. And then it's combined with this, and it makes it even slick, like slicker than it was. And then it just, the mess never gets better. It can almost make it worse over time, like as you're trying to clean it. So just to point out those differences for you guys, I want to keep this video short, but that's pretty much why I recommend Houdini. It also, just as a heads up, Houdini has kind of a lemon smell as opposed to the others that can kind of make the home smell like a garage, like WD-40 for instance. It just has that garage scent to it. So I kind of like WD-40 as it leaves kind of a decent little lemon scent behind. And that's not the only reason I use it, but I do like the fact that it does, and I don't leave someone's living room kind of smelling like the smell of like a WD-40 for instance. But that's just a side note. But that's really all there is to this video. I hope it helps you guys. If it did, you can feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more how-to videos, locksmithing and lock picking videos. And that's all there is to this one. So stay safe out there. Good luck on your projects. Good luck on your jobs. And I hope you guys have a nice day.